The Mayor of Harare, His Worship, Councillor J. Mafune, senior government officials, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our esteemed traditional leaders, Mazimambedu, Tenda Nokuyakwa Maita, fellow Zimbabweans in the diaspora, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, it is my singular honor and privilege to be addressing you all at this 42nd commemoration of our National Heroes Day. This day reminds us that we are not an ordinary people, neither are we an ordinary nation. Our collective ancestry is ingrained in us the resilient and the warrior spirit of our forebearers, who were engineers, innovators, builders, explorers, enterprising traders, and yes, gallant fighters. Equally, ours is a nation born out of the sweat and the blood of our forebearers, which generation after generation continues to flow beneath our sacred land, Zimbabwe. From under our feet, that blood shall forever water and replenish our resolve to take on any enemy and challenge now and in the future. As we converge at this sacred national shrine, we therefore stand emboldened by the spirit of our heroes to bravely face head-on those who seek to do harm to our people and beloved motherland, Zimbabwe. Our history is one of deep-seated patriotism. I think power is back. We continue. Our history is one of deep-seated patriotism, perseverance, and ultimately victory. We never give up and we never surrender. Zimbabwe has come a long way as a nation, born out of a protracted armed struggle. And we have scored victory upon victory since the attainment of our hard-won independence in 1980. Today we stand tall among the liberated and independent peoples of the world as masters of our own destiny. We are marching on and consolidating our unity, our peace, and our freedom in fulfillment of the collective aspirations and vision of our heroes and heroines. Yesterday, gallant men and women selflessly chose to join the liberation struggle against the oppressive colonial white settler regime. For the 2 years after the raising of our sacred national flag, we remain motivated to ultimately transform Zimbabwe into a modern, industrialized, and prosperous society. From Plum Tree to Mtare, from Zambezi to Limpopo, let us all draw from that rich liberation war heritage and harness our collective energy and skills for a higher quality of life for our people, right from the community level. This is what our heroes envisioned. This is what we are achieving, brick upon brick, stone upon stone. As the Second Republic, we are committed to giving a holistic account of our country's long war of liberation. We are therefore rising to the occasion and recognizing other heroes and heroines, such as the late Reverend Manning Stole and the late James Kerema, for their historical contributions despite their areas of weaknesses, with regards to the observancy of the correct line of the revolution. For that reason, we now honor them among the list of our national heroes and heroines. We forever remain indebted to all the heroes and heroines of our great country for their freedom, democracy, and independence we enjoy to this day. Their sacrifice will never die. Tinowatenda siyababonga. Fellow Zimbabweans, our resolute efforts and evident success in fighting the COVID-19 scourge have allowed us once again to gather and celebrate national events across the length and breadth of our nation. While we remain vigilant, I urge us to direct our focus on accelerating the implementation of economic development programs and projects as we march towards Vision 2030. In spite of the various shocks, our economy has transitioned from recovery to a phase of growth, with 4.6% projected economic growth for 2022. This trajectory is anchored by the mining, manufacturing, construction, tourism sectors. The onus rests with every individual and corporate to protect our economy from saboteurs and currency manipulators. The people of our great country shall forever be one with their land. The Second Republic, which I lead, will forever honor the heroes and heroines of this great country. Present-day detractors and looters, in whatever guise, will never ever steal or separate us from our God-given land. The land reform is irreversible. It is ours forever. The broad array of programs by my government to enhance production and productivity in the agriculture sector is seeing the emergency of new categories of heroes and heroines in that sphere. The Pfumvudza Itwasa program will not stop and remains ongoing, with the number of beneficiaries increasing from 1.8 households to 3 million households. Inspired by the resilient spirit of yesteryear heroes, let us continually strive to produce all the food we eat, to guarantee our dignity as an independent people. No Zimbabwean should be subjected to abuse or ridicule by subversive NGOs on the pretext of food aid. The policy of taking development services to the people shall remain the hallmark of my administration, sector by sector, ward by ward, district by district. The Second Republic is implementing policies that are lifting our people out of poverty and into prosperity. Fellow countrymen and women, the country is on course to realize the target of a United States 12 billion mining sector by 2023. Mining houses have been directed to always ensure that our communities benefit from the exploitation of mineral resources in their vicinity. After all, the heroes and heroines we are remembering today fought for the land as well as that which is under it. The unprecedented rate of expansion of the mining sector, together with increased capacity utilization in the manufacturing sector, increasing urbanization and the modernization of our rural areas, has resulted in the growing demand for energy. In line with these realities, my government is determined to broaden the country's energy generation and distribution mix. As we do so, no one and no place will be left behind in our integrated development agenda. The rehabilitation and construction of key national infrastructure, which are critical in facilitating trade and the delivery of quality services across the country's provinces and districts, is showing visible progress. I commend our local companies for their commitment to realize targets outlined in the National Development Strategy. They have certainly become present-day heroes in their own right and a reflection of the development that can be achieved by a people who are united and focused. Every Zimbabwean must have access to clean, potable water and sanitation. Significant progress is being recorded in the construction of Gwai Shangani Dam, Chivu Dam, Kunzi and Tuli Manyange dams, among others. The Presidential Board drilling scheme is well underway, and we will see the drilling of 1 bore per village countrywide. After all, the war of liberation was fought and won in these villages. Our people at the village level must thus continue to be endeared to the national development policies as they look at the broad array of projects and programs within their communities. All those who sacrifice their lives so that you and I can build a better Zimbabwe, bequeath to us the dignity of having decent shelter. The increasing urbanization and ever-changing demographics, as reflected in the 2022 population and household census, reinforce the urgency of this matter. Resource mobilization to support various human settlement and housing development programs are being scaled up. My fellow dear Zimbabweans, guided by our developmental philosophy of leaving no one and no place behind, as well as the devolution agenda, resources are being disbursed for projects across all local authorities. This further unlocks the development potential of our rural areas and creates decent employment and empowerment for our people where they live. The private sector is commended for heeding my call on the need to take development to the people. This has seen new factories in the rural areas as we accelerate rural industrialization. The war of liberation was fought on an understanding of grievances and concerns of the masses. The Second Republic, therefore, attaches great importance to the values of dialogue, responsiveness, and inclusive stakeholder engagement. I therefore encourage our people to take advantage of platforms that have been created to facilitate feedback from citizens on the impact of programs and projects designed to uplift their livelihoods. The Second Republic is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We are committed to transparency and accountability to the people of our great motherland, Zimbabwe. Fellow compatriots, my government is determined to go beyond the provision of quality, affordable, and accessible education for all. National defense is the most sacred, noble duty and an expression of patriotism which must be infused into our education system. Equally, the principles of hard, honest work, patriotism, sacrifice, serving, and voluntarism must be cardinal aspects of our education curriculum across all levels, informed by the vivid fact that nyika inovakwa nebene vayo, igotongwa nabene vayo. On the side of education infrastructure, my government has availed resources for the construction of 3,000 schools across the country. Deliberate and a greater priority will be given to underdeveloped districts, such as parts of Cholocho, Binga, Kanyemba, and Mzarabani, among others. As a listening and responsive administration, we will continue to explore new and innovative ways of improving the working conditions of our civil service. Various monetary and non-monetary measures are being intensified for the benefit of the patriotic public workers of our country. Additionally, robust training programs are being rolled out to inculcate a new work culture that is grounded on our rich liberation heritage-based ideology, which is uniquely Zimbabwean. Fellow Zimbabweans, the Second Republic has put in place the requisite institutional, policy, and legal frameworks to create opportunities for youth development, economic empowerment, and job creation. I thus applaud the youth who are availing themselves for the defense, modernization, and advancement of our great nation. Through the innovation ecosystem that my government continues to create, a new crop of trailblazing young heroes is emerging in the science, technological, and innovation space. The invention and production of goods and services for our realities by these technopreneurs is testimony that Zimbabwe will not be left behind in the ICT-driven world of tomorrow. The arts, creative and cultural industries, as well as sports and recreation sectors, are another arena where talented youths are excelling. Similarly, our country's representatives at various sporting and non-sporting events are raising the Zimbabwe flag high. Recently, our young boys and girls are the world champions, are European champions in the moot court. Meanwhile, I challenge our musicians, our poets, and other art and culture practitioners to sing songs, write poems, and carve out artifacts of victory and hope. For indeed, we are a victorious people and a nation with a bright future for our people. This renewed sense of patriotism, clarity of purpose, and readiness to sacrifice for one's country must continue to see more and more of our young people deploying themselves for the realization of our national vision. Fellow countrymen and women, ladies and gentlemen, my government has provided funding for the operationalization of the Veterans Investment Corporation. In addition, the registration of heroes and heroines dependents is currently underway to ensure that their welfare is catered for. The restoration and preservation of the complete liberalization of war heritage will be enhanced by the repatriation of the remains of the first Chimurenga Umvikelo heroes from foreign countries. Processes and negotiations to this end are in progress, especially with Mozambique. We are repatriating the bodies of those who died as a result of Cyclone Idai. In line with my administration's commitment to uphold democracy bequeathed to us by our fallen heroes and heroines, Zimbabwe is undertaking and unrelentingly in its pursuit to entrench constitutionalism, the rule of law, good governance, and respect for human rights. We cannot be taught democracy by those who denied us democracy. The heroes we honor fought for that democracy and for this democracy, and equal access to justice we are enjoying as a country. Let us therefore, individually and collectively, protect it from all forms of abuse and desecration, more so by those who never came to our help during the brutal oppressive years under the white settler colonial regime. Albeit as peace-loving nation, Zimbabwe is a friend to all and an enemy to none. My fellow comrades and friends, the nation may recall that in 2021, my government established the following honors the Robert Gabriel Mugabe Commendation Award, the Joshua Mkabuko Nyongolo Nkomo Commendation Award, and the Herbert Wilshire Fuma Indini Chitepo Commendation Award in recognition of the sacrifices and outstanding feats achieved by the country's founding fathers. We shall thus recognize and honor heroism beyond the war of liberation and defense sector, milestones in science, technology, and innovation, the accelerated development and the growth of our economy, as well as the growth of made in Zimbabwe goods and services are applauded and celebrated. So too are initiatives around cultural preservation and other heroic efforts by our people, both at home and abroad, that raise the Zimbabwe national flag high. Befittingly, therefore, I shall confer the medals to 4 outstanding individuals of our nation. As I conclude, I once again call upon us all to honor our heroes and heroines by demonstrating unflinching patriotism and loyalty to our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe. Those we are paying homage to fought for our independence, knowing no tribe, but bonded together by their love for Zimbabwe and a desire to see our people free. Let us carry the baton as heroes and heroines of this period, right from within our communities. Every one of us is enjoined to play their part. There can be no spectators in our march forward. Divisive elements which act contrary to the values and ethos of the liberation struggle and national interest have no place in our society. Nyika inotongwa igovakwa nabene bayo. Ilizwe libuswa liyakwa ngabanikazi balo. Zimbabwe is a unitary and indivisible country. We are a diverse but one people. No countries, institutions, person or group of persons must be permitted to infuse toxic and alien agendas into our national culture and psyche. As we remember our gallant heroes and heroines, let us all recommit to fortify and protect our beloved country while building on the gains we have achieved in 42 years of our hard-won independence and freedom. Together in peace and unity, we shall surely develop our motherland. We shall surely modernize and industrialize our motherland, Zimbabwe. With these remarks, it gives me great honor and pleasure to wish all Zimbabweans at numerous venues across the country and in the diaspora a happy 42nd Heroes Day commemoration. Long live our unity, long live our peace, and long live our freedom. Long live Zimbabwe. Ngiyalibonga lonke, ndinokutenda imose. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you.
Zvese zvatinazvo, zvese zvatinazvo, Baba vakangotiwo, vakangotiwo tambira, vakangotiwo, nyika yatinayo, nyika yatinayo iyo.
Zambia kanari flag kombo bata flag trakuratidza kupemberera magamba akatirwira nayi chimbo bata toka bata chitenderedza baba vakuina wavo baba vatina wavo baba vakangodiwa hurumende yatinayo iyo hurumende yatinayo iyo
Aiwa, zvanakidza asi pane pandabata. Hanzi baba vamuinawo makavapiwa nashe. Mapabatawo here? hanzi hurumende yaminayo makapuwa nashe, nyika yaminayo makapuwa nashe. Aiwa tinotenda. Your Excellency, it is now time to lay wreaths at the tomb of the unknown soldier. May I humbly request you, Your Excellency, the Honorable Vice President and Minister of Health and Child Care, General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga, and the Honorable Vice President and Second Secretary of the ruling party, ZANU-PF, Colonel Retired K.C.D. Mohadi, to proceed and stand in front of the tomb of the unknown soldier, where you will all lay wreaths in the order to be announced by the Secretary. Thereafter, His Excellency will proceed to lay wreaths at the walls of honor, starting with the eastern side, then the western side, after which His Excellency will come in front of the tomb of the unknown soldier for the trumpeters to sound the last post. Your Excellency.
Kumbulani ma Zimbabwe.
Kumbulani.
Yeah.
Kumbulani.
Oh.
Kumbulani.
Yeah, ilina kumbulani. Hai kumbulani. Kumbulani. Kumbulani ngenkathi edlule. Sithi kumbulani ma Zimbabwe.
Kumbulani.
Yeah.
Kumbulani.
Oh.
Kumbulani.
Yeah, ilina kumbulani. 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 Kumbulani ngenkathi edlule. Kumbulani ma Zimbabwe.
Kumbulani.
Yeyibo
Kumbulani.
Yeyilina kumbulani. Oh kumbulani. Kumbulani. Hayi kumbulani. Kumbulani ngenkathi edlule. Bekukhona amaqhawe sisho amabutho alesibindi sepubesi khona ngenkathi edlule. Amabutho mfana amabutho alesibindi sepubesi khona ngenkathi edlule. Wasebona kusobala umncindezeli ukuthi sesimthathele, wabiza inkulumo kwakhulunywa kwaboniswa khona
Kwavunyelwa.
ayibo
Kwalotshwa nasemaphepheni.
khona
Elancaster awusalithatha.
zithi wabona kusobala umncindezeli
Uthi sesimthathe
yena
wabiza inkulumo kwakhulunywa kwaboniswana kwavunyelwa
yema
kwalotshwa nasemaphepheni. Elancaster awusalithatha. Salithatha.
Oh,
Salithatha.
Elilizwe
Salithatha.
Baba
Salithatha.
Elilizwe
Salithatha.
Zimbabwe
Salithatha thina. Salithatha. Salithatha thina. Inkululeko imnandi sawuya nayo. Inkululeko imnandi sawuya nayo. Sayikhulula. Khulula iZimbabwe. Thina sayikhulula. Khulula. Khulula iZimbabwe. Savuma sangena kwamanye amazwe. Lapho kungazikho baba nomama sihambele inkululeko. Savashiya bafowethu. Savuma sangena kwamanye amazwe. Lapho kungazikho baba nomama sihambele inkululeko. Savuma sangena kwamanye amazwe. Lapho kungazikho baba nomama sihambele inkululeko. Let's preach unity, the gospel of peace, of humanity, of tranquility. Oh yeah, oh yes. Let's preach unity, the gospel of peace, of humanity, of tranquility. Oh yeah, oh yes. It's ever important to me.
No unity, no peace, no peace, no development, no development, no jobs. You see, it's ever important to me. No unity, no peace, no peace, no development, no development, no jobs. You see,
It's ever important to me.
no Shona, no Ndebele, no Kalanga, no Venda. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Unity
Oh yeah.
is ever important. Unity,
No colors.
unity,
No Zezuru.
unity,
No Karanga.
unity,
No white.
unity,
Oh yeah.
unity,
Oh yeah.
unity
Oh yeah.
is ever important.
Tiri vana vamwechete. Ngatiedze kushandira pamwechete.
Unity,
Oh yeah.
unity,
Oh yeah.
unity,
Oh yeah.
unity
Oh yeah.
is ever important. Unity,
Your Excellency,
unity,
this song complements your always call
unity,
for unity
unity,
and for peace
unity,
and for peace
unity,
and for peace.
ever important.
Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Can you join us?
Unity,
Oh yeah.
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 unity
Oh yeah.
is ever important.
Unity is very important.
Unity,
Oh yeah.
unity,
Oh yeah.
unity
Oh yeah.
is
It's
ever
ever
important. Unity.
Your Excellency, I now kindly request you, Your Excellency, to hand over flags to families of national heroes who have not had the opportunity to receive the flags. Representatives of the following families will receive the flags on behalf of the families: Brigadier General Crispin Masuku family, Comrade Rebelani Chowen family, Comrade Saul Gwakuba Ndlovu family, Comrade Elliot Ngwabe, Advocate Siwanda Kennedy Mbuso Siwanda, Professor Isheune Sumpereriki family, Professor George Kahari, Retired Commissioner Stanley Mtunira family. I'll ask the Permanent Secretary to assist us as the representatives come to the podium.
With the representative of the late national hero, Brigadier General Crispin Masuku. Comrade Rabelani Choeni's family, Comrade Saul Gwakuba Ndlovu. Comrade Elliot Ngwabe. Justice Swanda Kennedy Mbuso Swanda.
Professor George Payne, Professor Sheunes Mteperek,
chief officer. Wana.
Innovation.
Yes.
Innovated achieve vision. Apamidu. Industrialize, achieve our vision. Industrialize, achieve our vision. Apamidu,
Your Excellency, it is the thrust of the Second Republic to timely honor Zimbabweans and other persons as recognized by our merit system as established by you, Your Excellency, as the Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit. It is worth noting, Your Excellency, that since the advent of the Second Republic, honors and awards have been conferred to long-deserving citizens and other worthy and recognized recipients. In keeping with this growing tradition, Your Excellency, there are honors and awards whose grant has been appropriately notified. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and the Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, it is my honor and privilege to invite you, Your Excellency, to declare this august gathering a convocation for the conferment of honors and awards. Your Excellency, sir.
I, Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and the Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, do hereby declare this gathering to be a convocation for the conferment of honors and awards, notified by General Notice 173A of 2022.
Thank you, Your Excellency. May I kindly invite you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe to step down the podium to confer honors and awards. Your Excellency, we will start with the Robert Gabriel Mugabe Commendation Award for Service in Human Capital Development and Outstanding Leadership. Allow me, Your Excellency, to call upon the Minister of Local Government and Public Works, Honorable Minister July Moyo, to read the first citation.
Your Excellency, the First Lady, Amai Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, Honorable Vice President Chiwenga and Mrs. Chiwenga, Honorable Vice President and Second Secretary of the ruling party, Comrade Mohade, all distinguished Zimbabweans gathered here and those at home. I have the honor to present citation in front of the President to Professor Robson Manyua Mafoti in the Human Capital Development sector. May it please Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, in terms of Section 3.5 of Warrant 1 of 2021, as published in Statutory Instrument 213 of 2021, to award it Professor Robson Manyua Mafoti the honor of the Robert Gabriel Mugabe Commendation Award for service in human capital development and outstanding leadership in terms of Section 4, subsection 5 of Warrant 1 of 2021, which states that, I quote, Robert Gabriel Mugabe Commendation Award for Science in Human Capital Development and Outstanding Leadership may be awarded for outstanding transformative service in human capital development that opens up and realizes growth in new economic sectors while ensuring inclusivity, end of quote. Section 5.1 of the same warrant states that, I quote, the award shall be granted on the authority of the President, end of quote. Your Excellency, Professor Mafoti is a holder of 48 patents issued by the United States Patent Office and several other patents issued by the European, Japanese, Mexican, and Brazilian patent offices. He has won international recognition for his research work as well as regional and local recognition for his administrative prowess. Professor Mafoti has held numerous appointments with diversified and cross-cutting sectoral entities such as Deputy Chairman of the Commission running the City of Harare, Technical Director, Adhesive and Silence for Shin Moorhead Incorporated, Irving, Texas, USA, and Project Leader, Polymer Divisions Research for Bayer Corporation in Pittsburgh, USA. Professor Mafoti is a long-serving lecturer with more than 6 publications in peer-reviewed scientific journals. He is an affiliate member of the prestigious American Chemical Society, Phi Epsilon Chemical Honor Society, and the Polymetric Materials Science and Engineering Society. In recognition of his diligence and dedication to his work, he was awarded the National Institute of Health, USA Pre-Doctoral Fellowship and awarded the Robert A. Welsh Pre-Doctoral Fellowship and awarded African American Institute Grant, International University Exchange Fund Scholarship Award for being the most prolific inventor for Bayer Corporation for the year 1991 with 13 patents, and being the most proliferous inventor within 5 years of joining the company. He got a cash award for developing multi-mine E9197 from Bayer Mines Polymers Division. Award for being the best country out of 16 African countries in implementing Korea-Africa Food and Agriculture Cooperation Initiative project with the SIRDC. He has been awarded Zimbabwe Institute of Management Econet Wireless Manager of the Year 2005 and awarded Outstanding CEO of the Year Silver Award MAGAFest Leadership Business Awards in 2021. It is befitting, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, that you may be pleased to award to Professor Robson Manyua Mafoti the honor of the Robert Gabriel Mugabe Commendation Award for service in human capital development in terms of Section 3, Subsection 5 of Warrant 1 of 2021 as published under Statutory Instrument 213 of 2021. Your Excellency, sir.
With the permission of His Excellency, we may be seated. Tinotenda Your Excellency, pamusoroi vari kuimba mukaramba muchiimba pamwe zita rako richadanidzirwa uri ikoko ukasazvinzwa kuti wautora award. Aiwa, tinotenda ndinokumbira tichinyarara kuti tinzwe zvava kutevera. Your Excellency, the next award is the Joshua Mkabuko Ngongolo Mkomo Commendation Award in Agriculture, Community Development, Peace Building, and Fostering Unity. Allow me, Your Excellency, to call upon the Minister of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water, and Rural Development, Honorable Encius Masuka, to read the second citation.
All protocol observed. May it please Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, in terms of Section 36 of Warrant 1 of 2021, as published in Statutory Instrument 213 of 2021, to award to Dr. Ephraim Kudzaishe Avazvidi posthumously the honor of the Joshua Mkabuko Nyongolo Ngomo Commendation Award
for agriculture, community development, peace building, and fostering unity in terms of Section 4.6 of Warrant 1 of 2021, which states that, open quote, Joshua Kwabuko Nyongolongomo Commendation Award for Agriculture, Community Development, Peace Building, Fostering Unity may be awarded for outstanding and consistent transformative service in the improvement of livelihoods at community level, engendering peacemaking and fostering unity, close quote. Section 5.1 of the same warrant states that, open quote, the award shall be granted on the authority of the President, close quote. Dr. Avazvidi spearheaded the wheat breeding program from scratch, and during his tenure at SIDCO, he registered more than 29 high-performing wheat varieties until his retirement. These include AC Scan, AC Serena, AC Scope, AC Scholar, AC Superb, AC Nduna, AC Stallion, AC Sky, AC Non-Sprout, AC Sekuru, ST Select, among many others. AC Nduna deserves special mention as it has attained household status for farmers that grow wheat in the country. He was also behind AC Scarlet, the only wheat variety to be mentioned on the Zimbabwe Agricultural Commodity Exchange due to its high and excellent milling and baking quality. Dr. Avazvidi represented Sub-Saharan Africa in the Consultative Group on International Agricultural Research with an Independent Steering Committee since 2014 and was the technical lead for the Zimbabwe Wheat Board. He was recognized and awarded for being among Africa's 20 most influential plant breeders of 2020 by the Southern Africa Plant Breeders Association. He was a joint award winner of the Commercial Farmers Union Allen Pildich Shield Award for significant contribution to cereal breeding and a Zimbabwe Wheat Board Wheat Legend Award winner. Dr. Avazvidi served on several boards of agricultural research and academic institutions, both locally and abroad, and he was a speaker at prestigious symposia. He received international and regional recognition for his role as a plant breeder, with his seed varieties being grown across Zimbabwe as borders. It is befitting, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, that you may be pleased to award Dr. Ephraim Kudzaishe Avazvidi posthumously the honor of the Joshua Mkabuko Nyongolongomo Commendation Award for Agriculture, Community Development, Peace Building, and Fostering Unity in terms of Section 4.6 of Warrant 1 of 2021 as published under Statutory Instrument 213 of 2021, Your Excellency, Sir.
Your Excellency, the last two citations are in respect of the Herbert Wilshire Fumaindini Chitepo Commendation Award for Justice and Human Rights. And in this regard, Your Excellency, allow me to invite Honorable Mangaliso Ndlovu, the Minister of Environment, Climate, Tourism and the Hospitality Industry, to read the third citation.
All protocols observed. May it please Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, in terms of Section 3, Subsection 7 of Warrant 1 of 2021, as published in Statutory Instrument 213 of 2021, to award to retired Justice Professor Simbi Vekembako the honor of the Herbert Wheelchair Fumaindini Chitepo Commendation Award for Justice and Human Rights in terms of Section 4, Subsection 7. I beg your pardon, Your Excellency. May it please Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, in terms of Section 3, Subsection 7 of Warrant 1 of 2021, as published in Statutory Instrument 213 of 2021, to award to retired Justice Professor Simbi Vekembako the honor of the Herbert Wheelchair Fumaindini Chitepo Commendation Award for Justice and Human Rights in terms of Section 4, Subsection 7 of Warrant 1 of 2021, which states that, I quote, Herbert Wheelchair Fumaindini Chitepo Commendation Award for Justice and Human Rights may be awarded for distinguished and consistent pursuit of justice and human rights for the greater good of humanity, close quote. Section 5, Subsection 1 of the same warrant states that, I quote, the award shall be granted on the authority of the President, close quote. Throughout his early years of study, Professor Mbako demonstrated interest and actively participated in the politics and educational system of his country. At Roma in the then Basuto land, now Lesotho, he was president of the University of Students Association and leader of the Zimbabwe Students Association in that country. He attended Pan-African conferences, most of which he chaired. While studying in Dublin, Ireland, he became president of the Pan-African Students Association and chaired the Zambian Students Association. In the United Kingdom, he became president of the Zimbabwe Students' Union. Professor Mbako joined ZANU at its formation in 1963, becoming a legal advisor to ZANU in 1971. He became a close friend of the late national hero, Herbert Chitepo. When Herbert Chitepo was murdered, the whole ZANU High Command and Central Committee was detained in Zambia. With 5 in jail, Professor Mbako played a pivotal role in defending all of them in court and having them freed in time to unite with their leader, Robert Mugabe, ahead of the Geneva Conference of October 1976. Professor Mbako, together with Simon Mzenda and Joseph Taderera of ZANU, worked together with George Slundika, Jason Moyo, and Dan Matsimbamuto of ZAPU to unite the two liberation movements, ZANLA and ZIPRA, to form the Patriotic Front, PF, in time for the Geneva Conference. Professor Mbako was appointed Chief Legal Advisor and leader of a legal team comprising S. Chiambakwe, Ona Mkushi, Professor Walter Kamba, and Vengai Guni. Professor Mbako also led the ZANU legal team at the Lancaster House negotiations and is one of the key authors of the historic Lancaster House Constitution. Since 1980, Professor Mbako has served his country in different capacities as follows: Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Minister of Home Affairs, Judge of the High Court, Ambassador of the Republic of Zimbabwe to the United States of America. Vice Chairperson of the legal team comprising representatives from South Africa, Botswana, and Zimbabwe to advise on conflict resolution in Lesotho. Chairperson of the Josiah Makama Tongokara Trust, inaugural and current chairperson of the Museum of African Liberation, among other numerous assignments in the national and regional interest. It is befitting, therefore, that given retired Justice Professor Simbiwe Kembako's renowned, outstanding and selfless dedication to justice and human rights, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, that you may be pleased to confer on him the Herbert Wilshire Fumaindini Commendation Award for Justice and Human Rights. Your Excellency, sir.
Your Excellency, the final citation was supposed to have been read by the Honorable Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziyambi, but he's not feeling too well. He's here, but he's not feeling too good. So with your indulgence, I'll kindly ask the Minister of Environment, Climate, Tourism and the Hospitality Industry, Honorable Minister Mangaliso Ndlovu, to read the final citation.
May it please Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, Comrade Dr. Emerson Ndambudzo Mnangagwa, in terms of Section 3, Subsection 7 of Warrant 1 of 2021, as published in Statutory Instrument 213 of 2021, to award to retired Justice Advocate Siwanda Kennedy Mbuso Sibanda posthumously the honor of the Herbert Wilshire Fumaindini Chitepo Commendation Award for Justice and Human Rights in terms of Section 4, Subsection 7 of Warrant 1 of 2021, which states that, I quote, the Herbert Wilshire Fumaindini Chitepo Commendation Award for Justice and Human Rights may be awarded for distinguished and consistent pursuit of justice and human rights for the greater good of humanity, close quote. Section 5, subsection 1 of the same warrant states that, I quote, the award shall be granted on the authority of the President, close quote. Advocate Sibanda abhorred injustice and inequality. He joined ZAPU and rose to be one of the legal advisors of the party. He dedicated his life to defending political prisoners, leading to his participation in the forming of a committee that tracked and represented arrested liberation war fighters, saving many of them from the gallows. He was the ZAPU legal advisor in 1979, and it was in this capacity, and also owing to his specialized knowledge in constitutional law, that he served as one of the drafters of the Lancaster House Constitution. In recognition of his selfless dedication to the cause of human rights in perilous times, his willingness to sacrifice for the good of the downtrodden during the War of Liberation, and his sterling work in service of justice and human rights, he was accorded the highest honor of National Hero at his demise on 22 December 2021. Advocate Sibanda's life demonstrates sacrifice and principled disposition that deserves honor and recognition. It is befitting, therefore, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, that you may be pleased to award to retired Justice Advocate Siwanda Kennedy Mbuso Sibanda posthumously the honor of the Herbert Wilshire Fumaindini Commendation Award for Justice and Human Rights in terms of Section 3, subsection 7 of Warrant 1 of 2021 as published under Statutory Instrument 213 of 2021. Your Excellency, sir.
That was the final citation. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces and the Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, it is now my honor and privilege to invite the Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe Kazembe, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, it gives great pride to every citizen that in every area or endeavor where they outshine in contribution and skill, their effort will not go unrecognized, neither will it go without being celebrated. This grand occasion, officiated by you, Your Excellency, the Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit, and witnessed by this great convocation and decorated by appropriate recognition medals, is an honor befitting the exploits of these worthy recipients. The honors and awards conferred on these recipients today repose upon them and their exploits the status of national role models worthy of emulation. The people of Zimbabwe have today gained more luminaries to look up to, not least of all the youth of our great nation. It is because of this great chapter etched indelibly into our national memory and consciousness that we express our gratitude to you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and the Grand Master of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit for honoring these among us that have excelled, been outstanding, and shown the brightest in their varying fields of endeavor. They have surely made appropriate, true, and of value the saying, I quote, "Whatever you do, do with all your heart or not at all," unquote. I thank you, Excellency. I would also want to thank all those who have been part of this important national event, both physical and virtually. Your participation can never be taken for granted. You have chosen to commit your time to honoring those whose sacrifice and contribution brought us the independence that we so enjoy today. The one man, one vote that we have every 5 years. The freedom of expression that some choose to abuse. And all the human rights that some now want to lecture us on. We should always prioritize this day every year, for it is days like this that will always remind us of our past. It is days like this that will always remind us not to sell our sovereignty. Once again, I thank you, Your Excellency, not only for gracing this occasion, but for always reminding us that nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. I thank you, siyabonga, tatenda. Your Excellency, as we conclude today's program, it is now time for the national anthem. May we all rise.
Of God!